all humankind. This is salvation. Future generations will remember our triumph today. The Thargoid threat, consigned to the past.
With my guidance, Azimuth has constructed
The means to destroy our enemy. My final gift. Born from a century of sacrifice. The Proteus Wave. Our victory is delivered in this moment. Humanity's next great chapter begins now.
Proteus Wave is online, Commodore Halloran. Surface site readings are stable.
Initiate countdown sequence.
20, 19, 18.
Multiple Thargoid interceptors approaching.
Just a few more seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Proteus Wave has been successfully deployed.
Analyzing Thargoid vessels. No life signs.
And the rest of the Thargoid fleet?
Similar reports from across the system. They're shutting down.
We finally did it.
Wait. I'm picking up an energy surge near... No, from the Proteus Wave site. Thargoid markers, but amplified past anything I
Shut
see.
the weapon down! Now!
I've been established.
Warning. Thrusters offline.
What just happened? Report!
The Thargoids! They're alive!
Controls are not responsive. All systems offline.
Engineering! We need power! Now! All crew!
Brace for impact.
detected. Follow the greens on your way out.
Frameshift charge detected. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scoping. Fuel scope disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
trial requested for Admiral Tanner. The Federal Attorney's Office has called for the conviction of former Admiral Aidan Tanner to be reviewed in light of events in HIP 22460. Following a distinguished career in the Federal Navy, Tanner served as the Chief Military Liaison for Aegis. In November 3306,
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
while in command of the Aegis defense megaship Musashi, he attempted to take control of Hind Mine starport. He believed it held evidence that Salvation intentionally attracted the Thargoids to the Khonsar system in order to test his superweapon. Tanner's attack failed and the Musashi was overtaken, largely due to superior numbers of independent pilots supporting the former Taurus Mining Ventures, now Azimuth Biotech. He was court-martialed, dishonorably discharged, and found guilty of mutiny and unlawful military action. But his sentencing was postponed by request of Fleet Admiral Tayo Meikori,
Bounty incurred.
who considered Tanner's intel to be crucial to his own investigation into Salvation. The Federal Times published this statement from Senior Attorney Fiona Logan. It is now a proven fact that the Guardian-based nature of the Proteus wave was intended to attract the Thargoid fleet to HIP 22460. Component analysis by Ramtar has verified that its Forerunner superweapons were almost certainly designed to do likewise. This substantiates Tanner's allegation that Salvation deliberately invited Thargoid incursions in inhabited systems. Furthermore, Salvation originally claimed that his anti-Xeno detection network alerted him to the aliens' approach, but there is no evidence that this network exists. The Federal Navy Criminal Court confirmed that a formal application for a judiciary review was received. A special panel has been convened to reassess Tanner's case. Report from HIP 22460. Salvation is dead. It has been confirmed that Salvation, figurehead of Azimuth Biotech and creator of the Proteus wave, was killed on board the Bright Sentinel. A segment of a transmission by an independent rescue team within HIP 22460 was shared with Vox Galactica by an anonymous source. The team was reporting back to the Musashi megaship, which has now returned to the T Tauri system. Captain Kadir, this is Drummond. You're not paying us well enough to be in this hellhole. There are Thargoids everywhere we turn, but we found out what you wanted to know. It's not good news. We finally managed to get close to the wreck of the Bright Sentinel, near where the bridge used to be. Bodies were drifting among the twisted metal, but fewer than we expected. We identified some of the command crew, including Commodore Halloran, but even before we got a positive ID scan, I recognized Dr. Wycherley immediately. Nobody else could possibly look so old. He was still in his command chair, surrounded by shattered fragments of cybernetic implants, his portable medical sensors dormant. Despite his shredded and broken body, his eyes were frozen open. I reached out to close them, but a Thargoid interceptor suddenly walked in and we had to race back to our ship. I'm uploading all our data now, but I'm sorry to report that our primary target was not recoverable. Salvation is dead. Azimuth Biotech has confirmed that it employed freelance specialists to locate any surviving personnel from the Proteus Wave project, and that their findings were believed to be accurate. No further statement has yet been made. Megaship materials boost Alliance Defense Force. Pilots Federation alert. Sirius Corporation has gathered resources in the Listi system to help improve the Alliance's anti-Xeno defenses. The campaign's conclusion was announced by Captain Delfina Dominguez, commanding officer of the Chariot of Rhea megaship. Many pilots docked with us over the past week to deliver shipments of energy grid assemblies, magnetic emitter coils, power transfer buses, and titanium. On behalf of Sirius Corporation and the Allied Defense Force, I thank you for such encouraging support. I am informed that these will be sufficient to outfit 2 Sentry
Frameshift drive charging.
megaships, each armed with experimental
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
AX weaponry. These will be placed in key systems across the Alliance, ready to respond to potential Thargoid incursions. Admiral Glass has outlined his long-term plans to senior officers in the Sirius Navy. It's clear that these are exciting times for the Alliance Defense Force. If the Thargoids come, we will be better prepared to repel them. The Council of Admirals has stated that the new megaships are expected to become operational by September 15th. Pilots who contributed to the initiative can now collect payment from the Chariot of Rhea in the Listi system. Thargoid rule claim draws speculation. An independent journalist has suggested that some survivors of the Battle of HIP 22460 heard a strange alien sound of unknown origin. Flint firemaker Lafos published his theories via the Rewired network. Only a handful of crew members rescued from HIP 22460 managed to give garbled first-hand accounts before being placed under military quarantine. Naturally, most talked about how those damn bugs wiped out almost everyone. But a few mentioned something bizarre heard shortly after the Thargoid counterattack. These witnesses described it in various ways: ghastly, overwhelming, monstrous, to name a few. Jade Sanderlin, Vox Galactica's hotshot reporter, said it was a noise which shook our bodies, screeching through our skulls. Now, there are no audio recordings in the public domain to share, but there's definitely a pattern if you study the reports closely. Both ship and suit audio systems interpret all sorts of electromagnetic emissions from Thargoid vessels. This would have to be a far more powerful cry to cut through the chaos across multiple ships. Could it have been a roar of defiance, aimed at us? Or was it aimed somewhere else? And before anyone accuses me of stirring up trouble like usual, no, I haven't technically heard the alleged sound myself. Full disclosure. But someone has to speak up for those who insist it happened. I wasn't in HIP 22460, and neither were most of you. Got it. Here's where it gets interesting, though. The Federal Navy responded to my request for details by stating all HIP 22460 data was classified. The Imperial Navy refused to acknowledge me at all. The Alliance Defense Force said it was likely a symptom of collective trauma or hysteria. So the obvious question is, what are they all hiding? Congressional hopeful Dalton Chase, governor of Andevangel 1, is one of the few people in a position of stellar authority talking openly about HIP 22460. Chase recently argued that people have a right to know everything that happened. Other broadcasters like Hamer Borichev, Kit Fowler and Joy Senna are also not accepting the silence. We'll continue demanding answers from those who are supposedly protecting us. A day of remembrance for HIP 22460. President Zachary Hudson
Orbital flight engaged.
announced that today is a federal day of remembrance for those lost in HIP 22460 on August 9th. In a public address, the President formally acknowledged the recent tragedy. The Battle of HIP 22460 is a dark day in our interstellar nation's history. The crews of the FNS Bombardier, FNS Fortitude and FNS Variant Scott gave their lives with dignity and honor, as did many other courageous individuals. They will never be forgotten for as long as the Federation endures. We recognize this massacre of defenseless crew for what it was. The latest example of unrelenting hostility by our Thargoid enemy. Another event which leads me to believe no peace can be brokered with that species. I promise, under no uncertain terms, that the loss of over 50,000 naval personnel will be avenged. Shadow President Felicia Winters provided a statement to the Federal Times. I wholeheartedly support the creation of this day of remembrance. But we are not entirely blameless in causing the disaster. If not for an ill-considered commitment of Federal Navy resources to Salvation's banner, this misguided project might never have been realized. I might add that President Hudson fails to explain precisely how we will enact revenge upon the Thargoids. Now that we appear to lack further superweapon technology, our conventional forces will be severely challenged if the conflict escalates. Palin and Ram Tar seek unclassified relics. Pilots Federation alert. 2 engineers who specialize in studying alien technology have requested deliveries of a newly discovered artifact. Professor Ishmael Palin explained the details.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
These unclassified relics dash, as they are currently known, are Guardian in origin. Traditionally, such artifacts
Trespass zone cleared.
trigger a hostile reaction from any Thargoid technology introduced to it. But our preliminary studies show a molecular realignment
Frameshift drive charging.
of the artifact's crystalline structure.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
Resulting in something that emits both Guardian and Thargoid energy signatures. This came to my attention only recently. Unusual electromagnetic fields appeared on my sensors as Commander Hurix approached Able Laboratory while carrying one of these objects. I am now offering reimbursement to any pilots who can provide more relics for further study. Ram provided a similar statement. This is an exciting development in the field of xenological research. For the very first time, Guardian and Thargoid systems have interacted to synthesize a new material. Initial data suggests this is now a consistent process whenever a Guardian relic interfaces with a Thargoid surface site. The first relic I saw was gratefully received from Commander Denlacker's team several days ago. What is their purpose?
Orbital flight engaged.
Have we accidentally unlocked some transformative function that was always present? Or have the Thargoids reconsidered their technological adaptation in response to recent events in the HIP 22460 system? With the help of contributing pilots, my shared research project with Professor Palin may furnish us with answers. Unclassified relics can be delivered to Professor Palin at Able Laboratory in the Arc system, or to Ram Tower at Phoenix Base in the Mean system. Mysteries of the Thargoids. Palin, the foremost authority on the Thargoids, has authored a short article for the scientific journal The Empirical. Recent events have once again brought a focus on the alien species we call Thargoids. I have witnessed governments, militaries and public figures characterize them as a mindless destructive force, akin to a swarm of locusts. I feel it is important to underscore how much is absent from our understanding. Despite many decades of research, the Thargoid civilization remains totally alien. We still have almost no true understanding of their language, society, culture, or objectives. Non-violent interactions with their spacecraft in recent years have provided little insight, other than their commitment to patrolling and harvesting meta-alloy sources. Of course, their willingness to fight is one of the
Docking request granted.
few traits we definitely share. As yet we have almost no knowledge of their hierarchy, beyond broad assumptions that they follow the functional roles of known insect species. Due to the biomechanical nature of their constructs, we are even uncertain about the dividing line between individual beings and their vessels. If living
Landing gear deployed.
Thargoids have ever been studied, as is rumored, then it is by clandestine means, concealed from the scientific community. While Thargoids frequently
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
drag ships out of hyperspace to be scanned, not all of these incidents result in an attack. Their hostile reaction to Guardian
Nothing to report.
Shield activated.
Stay there, Commander.
Want to make sure you're behaving yourself.
Scan detected.
You want it!
Suit power loss imminent. Shield deactivated.
Welcome to Apex Interstellar. Where can we take you today? Welcome to Apex Interstellar. Where would you like to go? Thank you. Your booking is confirmed. Thank you for flying Apex Interstellar.
Shuttle docked. Ready for boarding.
Welcome aboard.
Frameshift drive charging.
We'll be leaving the system momentarily.
Clear of the restricted zone. Hope we don't see you back here.
2. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging.
That was our final jump, which means we're in Federation space now. Apex 208 requesting docking. Touching down any moment now. Have a nice day.
I'm absolutely beat. The gravity. I find it difficult to rest.
Do you have the time to do some transport work? Please. There's a lot in the balance with this job. You want to know more? Great.
I can see myself doing a lot of business here. I think this place has the worst damn prices in the system. Yeah, they do have pretty reliable stock levels here. Exceptional fluctuations aside.
Please, don't let me down.
If you're looking to get some use out of your gun, I have an opportunity for you. I hope this goes better for you than the last person I sent. Never mind. But if you know anyone with less scruples, please. I need to get out of this alive, and I'll buy you a drink. You have everything you need? Good.
I'll be over here if you need any help.
Wonderful.
Let me help you. Take your time. Take all the time. Take care out there, Commander.
Hello?
I think you're right. Sometimes you can't avoid getting your hands dirty.
How would you like to earn some credits? I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad it's you doing this and not me. This should answer any questions you have. Pity. I could have really used your help.
You after a job? I'll say up front, it could be trouble. It's one of those get in, get the job done, and get out situations. So how does this look? Well, if that's everything, you should be on your way.
If you're looking for work, I'm looking for a hired gun. You had better make sure you're well prepared for this. Right, yes, the details. Assuming everything goes to plan, I'll see you soon.
progress.
Landing gear retracted. Scan detected.
Permission authorized. You are clear for approach to pad 2-6.
Scan detected. Landing gear deployed.
Touchdown. Ship secured. Detach complete. Access corridor is clear.
Landing gear retracted.